Welcome everyone to TooStupidGamerz. I'm Zero and I'm coming at you guys with a new TooStupidGamerz unboxing mini. Today we're going to be unboxing figure number 18 of the Totaku figure collection. We're going to be unboxing this bad boy right over here, the AG-Sys hovercraft figure from the wipEout series. Now for those of you who live under a rock, the wipEout series has actually been around since 1995, getting its start on the Nintendo 64 and PlayStation 1. It soon became a PlayStation exclusive, and since then every single PlayStation console, including the handhelds, have had at least one wipEout game on them. Now I'm a big fan of the wipEout series. We even featured wipEout on this channel before. There was a VR version of wipEout that came out on the PS4 and we actually played it on this channel. You can watch that with the link right up here. Now today we're going to be focusing in on these two figures right over here, the AG-Sys figure and its sister, the Feisar FX350. Now this one over here, we actually opened in a previous unboxing video. If you want to go look at that, you can find our Totaku unboxing video right up here. These two hovercraft are iconic for the wipEout series. You can't find a wipEout game without at least one of them in there. One of the things I really love about these Totaku figures is the price to quality ratio. These figures usually go for about 10 bucks, and for those 10 bucks you get a pretty decent figure. That's actually about the same price that I paid for my Feisar right over here. However, my AG-Sys figure, I got it for much cheaper at my local GameStop. I got this bad boy on clearance. I only paid $3.97 for it. That's cheap, folks. And for that price, I'm hoping this figure came out pretty good. As you can see right over here, the box is in pretty bad condition, but that's not what we're worried about right now. What we're really worried about is what's inside. And with that being said, everyone, let's get into this unboxing. And here we are, everyone, with the unboxing portion of this video. I'm in a very weird position, so please bear with me. Let's get into this bad boy. So, as I mentioned before, I did get this thing extremely cheap. As you can see right up here, let me go ahead and focus that up for you. I only got it for $3.97. That's extremely cheap. And that's on top of another discount, which I just saw back here. It was down to $5. That's half of the original price already. That's pretty exciting. And one thing I noticed after turning this bad boy around is that this is a first edition figure. The fact that it stayed at that GameStop for so long surprises me. I mean, wipEout is an amazing series, and the fact that this thing stayed there for so long as a first edition figure is mind-boggling for me. Anyway, this is the back of the box. It tells you a bunch of information about the thing. Here we have the character profile, AG-Sys ship, first appearance in wipEout, year of release 1995. The story is set in 2052. Players compete in the F3600 Anti-Gravity Racing League, piloting one of a selection of craft in races on several tracks around the world. Pretty interesting. Now down here you can actually find the same information in a bunch of different languages. Perfil del personaje. Nave AG-Sys. Primera aparición. wipEout. Año de lanzamiento. 1995. Now I'm just showing off my Spanish. Screw that. So here's the front of the box. Now I did mention this before. It is a pretty beat up box. Probably one of the reasons why nobody wanted to buy it. But hey, I don't judge on looks, I judge on what's inside. And to be honest, again, $3.97, that is cheap. There's no way I'm gonna pass up on this thing. I'm very fortunate to have found this figure at my local GameStop. So without further ado, let's open up figure number 18. Let's get into this thing. All right. Ooh, well that's coming off, it's coming off pretty good actually. Come on, there we go. All right, that was easy enough. All right, so if I remember correctly, just gotta peel this. Ooh, there we go, peel that off. And then the back here, you can actually just shake. And there we go. You have access to the figure. Ooh, I love this. So one thing that we did with in the previous Totaku unboxing is that we actually kept the rest of our figures in these little containers as well. Because it has a background to it, and because it actually kind of holds it up and kind of makes it feel like it's in a special place, we kept these. It's kind of like a sleeve you would put on a game card. So we'll talk about this one in a bit. But let's continue unboxing this bad boy. There's an extra piece of plastic right here, which we need to just, there we go, snap that off. Throw that over there. Let's move these around. Ooh, boy, this looks nice. Now the other plastic piece. Ooh, oh, there's a little dent over here. Oh, that's no big deal. Oh, man, and it's scratched. Sure hope I wasn't the one who did it. Oh, well. We're gonna keep that back there in the background. Let's pick this bad boy up. And it looks like, yeah, there we go. All I really gotta do is just pull that and then just slide that out. Ooh, that's very nice. So look at the AG-Systems ship. This thing looks quite nice, actually. One thing that I really like, I mentioned this in the previous unboxing video, the Totaku one actually, you can actually pivot the ship. So you don't have to have it in this position all the time. You can move it around, you can put it kind of like this, and position it any which way you like. Ooh, I kind of like this position actually. It looks like it's about to launch. All right, so let's get a little bit closer. So let's get a little bit closer with this thing over here. All right, so as you can see, the paint job is actually quite nice. There's very little bleeding going on, if any. And everything's pretty clear and concise. I love it. And the red is a nice deep red too. It's not that freaking faded out red that you would find on an old building or something. This looks quite nice. You can clearly read everything that's on it too. Wow. And here we have the back area. You can easily see the engines that are supposed to be back there. Clear plastic for the pilot that's supposed to go there. And there we go. That barcode, I wonder. I'm gonna have to see if I can scan that barcode and see if it actually tells me anything interesting. I'd really like to know. Let's look at the other side. There we go, more logos, those sponsor logos you would see on racing vehicles. There we go. Oh, is that dirt? One sec. Is that dirt? No, that's not dirt. That's actually part of the actual figure. That's actually very interesting. It actually makes it look like it's been used. That's a very interesting thing that they did for this. They added an extra layer of realism to it. Like, oh, here's a little bit of dirt from all the races it's been on. That's very interesting. I really like that. All right, now let's focus in on this base over here. Now, every Totaku figure is gonna have this this plus sign base to it. It's something that I actually kind of like, but it doesn't snap together, but you can sort of like fit different Totaku figures next to each other using this plus symbol as the base. Another thing I really like is because this series is supposed to be taking place in the future, you can see it has some sort of like futuristic digital grid on it, which I think fits it quite well. The other figure, the Feisar, actually has that as well. Let's look at the under part. Ooh, all right, so unfortunately, they didn't go that far into detail. The underside of the figure does not have any extras to it other than the color it's supposed to be, and there we go. I figured we should be getting a little bit of bleeding. Here we are. Yeah, so that wasn't colored all the way through. But in all honesty, that's not really what people are going to be focusing on. Yeah, there's some bleeding right there. You can see some of the red streaks going into the white. But hey, whatever. I mean, I got this figure for $397. I'm not going to actually complain too much about it. It would have been nice, though, if they added extra detail to the bottom of the figure. So, AG-Systems figure looks freaking fantastic. Let's look at its sister, the Feisar FX, and see how it compares. So, here we have this one. We're going to go ahead and slide it out from its sleeve and do the same thing we did before. Slide that bad boy out. So here we have the Feisar. Now, this figure, this hovercraft, is one of my darn favorites from the actual wipEout series. This is my go-to hovercraft. It's the slowest, one of the slowest actually, but it's also one of the easiest to control. Now, if you look closely, once again, the top Not much bleeding, maybe a little bit right there where the blue meets the white, but not much bleeding whatsoever. Like, you would have to actually look for the paint bleed. Let me go ahead and focus that again. That looks really good. Once again, if you focus in on it, there we go. You can see that there's actually some dirt. But that's actually painted on purpose to make it look like it's been used. Yeah, look at that, especially right here. You can see some of that extra layer of dirt that they added on it. Not actual dirt, but like painted on dirt. Really nice. And I like that they actually made this plastic see-through, because if they had painted that like some sort of blue or whatever, like they do with decommissioned aircraft, I would have been pretty upset. Now, once again, the printing on these things is fantastic. Let me go ahead and focus in on that. There we go. You can clearly read everything that's on these figures. All the little advertisements, all the little logos that they have, you can see them extremely clearly, and I love it. That attention to detail, at least on the top, I love it. They even modeled the actual engine in the back. I like that too. Look at that. Very nice. Again, these things can be pivoted to different positions. Again, I kind of like it going up, but this one I might have it going down to differentiate it from the AG-Systems one right over there. So now let's actually again look at the bottom and see if they did anything with this one. And no, it seems like they did not. Actually, wait, it looks like they did model some stuff. Yeah, they modeled some stuff, but they did not paint anything there. Yeah, actually, there's nothing in the back. Absolutely nothing. But again, this figure was about 10 bucks. For something that's 10 bucks, something you're probably going to position like this, unless somebody takes it and starts to look under it and say, oh no, they didn't do all the details. That doesn't look good at all. Nah, this is just fine. This looks great. Let's actually look at the nose before we finish off with that. That should be the air intake or something. Yeah, that looks good. Very little paint bleed. Very decent quality for something that's 10 bucks. Can't complain. All right, so as I mentioned before, I like to put these things next to each other. Let me go ahead and focus. There we go. So, as I mentioned before, I like to kind of put these figures like this when they're out of their casing. Kind of put them next to each other. Kind of gives them a good position. So I said I'd put that one up, this one down. Yeah, there you go. Kind of looks like they're racing each other. Can move them around like that too. There you go. That looks awesome. Oh, and if you look at the design, it kind of looks like over here on the plus design. It kind of looks like it leads into it too. That's very nice. Okay guys, just had to do a quick cut, going for a much lower camera angle this time. So let's go ahead. Here we go once again. Putting these figures next to each other. I really like that. That looks really good together. Holy heck. Let me go ahead and position this a little bit better. There you go. Look at that. They look like they were just captured in action. That is really nice. I really like that about these figures. And as I mentioned before, I am indeed going to be keeping these, let me move these aside. I am indeed going to be keeping these sleeves. These things are actually quite nice. I really like them. It kind of gives them sort of like a feeling like they're in their own little world, little universe, as you can see right here. Let me go ahead and move that camera just a little bit so you guys can see what I mean. There you go. There you go. So yes, I am indeed going to be keeping that. I believe it's plastic pieces right over here. So I'm just going to go ahead, finish the video off by just putting it in there. Bam. There we go. All good. So yeah, look at that. 2 hovercraft race cars in their own little worlds, in their own little universes, protected by the plastic. I gotta tell you, I love how these things look. They're gonna go right next to my other figures that I got before. I wanna thank you guys for watching this video and supporting this channel. We really wouldn't be able to do these videos without you. If you guys enjoyed this video, please make sure to slap that like button. Make sure to comment down below if you like this video, if you ever played the wipEout series. Tell me which one was your favorite hovercraft. And also, don't forget to subscribe. We'll catch you next time, everyone.